bitches! Yes! Yes!
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber80 here again, and we're going to look at another request this time, and this game is called Kiki KaiKai. This was created by Taito in 1986 in Japan only, and this game was requested by YouTube user MonsterJamer The Old Schooler 99. But yeah, this was Japan only, and this eventually became part of the POCKY and ROCKY series. But this being the first game, it doesn't even have Rocky. Rocky was the second player in the game series, and this is only one player. And this takes place in mystic Japan. It has Japanese mythology elements in it. And the hero is a Shinto shrine maiden named Saiyo-chan, and later she's known as Pocky. And she throws paper charms, which ward off spirits. And it's called like Ofuda or something. And you have an 8-way joystick, you have a fire button, and you also have a button that swats a purification wand around, and that can swat away pesky enemies that are close to you. I had not heard of this back in the day at all. There will be some groups of enemies that you can take out, and you can get a power-up if you destroy all of them in a row. And the power-ups are also paper charms. On occasion, you'll come towards these wells, and food items or something will be shot out of them, and you can shoot a whole bunch of them in a row and get some helpful power-ups. Power-ups they might be able to give you, I think, double shot, or more likely they'll give you shots that will reach all the way across the screen, and they will be very helpful against the bosses, and this is the first boss here. Note that this game is a multi-directional scrolling game, or at least you can scroll left, right, up, or down. Use your diagonal attack to your advantage, because that can be very useful against a number of bosses, especially the first one. You are a one-hit wonder. Sometimes there will be little orbs that you can collect, and if you collect enough of them, you might be able to make it act as a smart bomb and kill all the enemies on the screen, or maybe make them freeze for a while. Now, you can fall off the bridges and into the water and instantly lose a life. You can get an extra life at 20,000 or 150,000. Yeah, the power-ups can also be gleaned from certain hidden areas. And they can be uncovered maybe either by your regular shot or swatting your wand, and I did not use the wand attack yet. And the purification wand is like a stick with multiple charms dangling from it. I don't know a whole lot about Japanese mythology, but it's kind of interesting. There will be, if you take a little bit too long, there will be some skeletons that will rise out of the ground and attack you if you like I said, if you tarry. Some bosses like that one, if you huddle in the top right corner and shoot to your left as fast as you can, and you have the long attack power up, you might be able to take them out before they can reach you. Yeah, those skeletons, when you destroy them, they'll pop right back up very shortly, so you really don't want to screw around in this game. Note that as you get to a boss, there will be an enclosure. Sometimes there's an enclosure, oops, before you get to the end. Or, yeah. Those wells that food items pop out of. And sometimes there's these heads that pop out of these little pagodas. Or gazebos. Those particular types of enemies will definitely give you some sort of charm power-up as soon as you destroy them all. Yeah, you just have to hit that head enough to make it stop from sprouting out of the gazebo. Something I didn't mention is there is a key that you will need to pick up. Keep your eyes peeled for it. Once you collect it, then you'll be able to go into the boss's enclosure at the end. There are a total of 8 stages. There are 7 bosses, and each boss has an imprisoned lucky god, and there are 7 lucky gods that you need to rescue. Yeah, try to get that long shot, because then your shot will likely be traveling further. Whoa, that was close. Your shot will likely be traveling further than the boss's shot. And note that that center area you have to fill up with removed tiles in order to beat the boss and move on. But yeah, try to get that long shot power up. And these weird moving stones or whatever, you can destroy them with enough shots. And now I'm starting to use the purification wand, and that is the secondary button that activates it. There will be some little stands or something that have a red light on them, and if you use the purification wand on them, you can uncover a power-up. There will be these enemies, and on your last life, if you have 2 numbers match on these rotating spinners, if you have 2 numbers match, you will get an extra credit. I believe that's correct. So I had 0 and 0, so I will get an extra credit. But once you rescue all the 7 lucky gods, then you have one final level to beat. We will look at me play through the rest of the game with invincibility cheat. Now, when you use the purification rod, you might not be able, you won't be able to swat away enemy firepower. Now, when you come across there, I think I collected enough orbs to be able to make the enemies all freeze for just a few seconds, and you can get a fireball power up. What you really want to concentrate on is getting your long shot. Now note that there are these enemies that grab onto me. They won't kill me by touching me, but they will grab onto me and really slow me down. These guys are really annoying. And you can swat them away, hopefully before they all start grabbing you. And you'll knock them away with your purification rod. And again, look out for those little stands that have little red lights in them. You use your purification rod, and you'll uncover one of those paper charms that can power up your shot. There will be these wells that will throw food at you, and if you hit enough of the food in a row, then you might get some other power-ups. You might get some more crystals. You might get some bonus points in the form of, I think, rice cakes. Or you might get a 1-up. And as I might have mentioned earlier, you can get a 1-up at 20,000 and 150,000 points. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that key that you need to pick up to open up that last enclosure where you will face the boss. Get that long shot power up. It'll make the boss battle easier if you can stand from a distance and hit the enemy from the other edge of the screen. Yeah, I'd never heard of this before. But this is the first game in the Pocky and Rocky series. Note that you can shoot over walls or through walls, which is nice. But we will finish the game with this invincibility aided playthrough here. The well will not chuck the food at you if you are staring directly at it and waiting. You might need to move around a little bit, and then it'll throw more food. But yeah, it'll eventually give you more lucrative bonuses if you continue to shoot the food that it throws out. I'm not sure what it's throwing at first, like maybe a green tomato or something, but eventually it'll throw other things like Japanese radishes or something. That head, that snake head, whatever sticking out of that pagoda cracks me up, or the gazebo type of thing. Yeah, some enemies you can get a lot of good licks on if you stay in the corner there and shoot them a bunch of times. Again, note that the tiles in the center peel away the more that you destroy the boss or cause damage to the boss. The next game in this series was officially called Pocky Rocky, or at least outside of Japan. And you could play as the second player, Rocky. And Rocky is a tanuki, or a raccoon dog. Yeah, that item or power-up or whatever that I picked up acted as a smart bomb. Those bald monks make me think of what's his name? Bonk from the TurboGrafx series. There will also be a, if you take too long, there will also be like a, some sort of rotating group of enemies that will harass you. Or there might be more of those guys that will try to grab onto you. I just wanted to show you some of the special items that might appear if you hang around and destroy the food repeatedly that comes out of the wells. But keep an eye out for that key. You will need it. There will be an area here where you can go upstairs to a higher platform. And there's one of those crystals that I collected. And I guess it helped me freeze the enemies for a while. Don't forget, you can fall off the bridges into the water and instantly lose a life. There were a number of other games in the Pocky and Rocky series. And again, this is the first, and it didn't feature Rocky. And this is a kitsune, several-tailed fox. And it can only be hurt when it's jumping from one spot to another. Yeah, this was Japan only, and the next game in the series, Pocky and Rocky for the Super Nintendo, was where gamers outside of Japan got their first taste of the franchise. The hardware of this game kind of feels reminiscent, at least to me, of the New Zealand story, which came out a little bit later, a couple years later. Yeah, I had never played any of the Pocky and Rocky series up till now. Now this is the 7th stage, or scene as it says in the bottom right. So this is the last lucky god that I have to recover, and here's those annoying little buggers trying to grab onto me and slow me down. They really don't want to let go. But remember that your purification wand, when you utilize it, it won't block the enemy projectiles, so they can go right through it and hit you. This game is kind of reminiscent to me of Ninja, or SEGA Ninja, or Ninja Princess. But I like that game better than this. This isn't a bad game by any means. It's okay, I guess. If you have a serious hankering for the Japanese mythology or weird mysticism or whatever, then this game might be more up your alley. I kind of wish that you could use rapid fire on this game. Just hold down the fire button and shoot a constant stream of magical charms. That head snaking out. It cracks me up. Yeah, here's me taking out some more of the food. Yeah, eventually the food will come out like super fast out of that well, but it won't want to come out if you're staring like right at it. Yeah, there we go. And there's the rotating group of enemies that will plague you if you really take too long in one place. You don't get a penalty for taking a long time in a boss enclosure, I don't think. So, find the right angle to attack from and make sure that you have rapid fire. And now we have, is that Rocky that eventually became the second player in the series? And again, Rocky is a tanuki companion. And there all the 7 lucky gods are saved. But the game is not over. There's one more stage with one final boss. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means, that Japanese message. I can read some Japanese. I've studied a little bit of it. Now this stage, it looks like it's never ending at first. You will consistently see these statues, or whatever these are, over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I don't know for sure if you are supposed to weave a certain way through them in order to complete the stage, or get to the final boss. And I eventually did. Or if you're just supposed to just keep going straight up and eventually you'll reach the boss. But yeah, the best advice I can give to you in this game is do what you can to get those paper charms enough so that you have a nice long shot that goes all the way across the screen. And with a little bit of careful planning, the boss fights will be easier. Yeah, just remember you're a one-hit kill, so be careful, but don't take too long, or you'll be harassed by certain enemies. Yeah, there's that stupid rotating group of enemies that harasses you if you take too long. I'm trying to remember what the final boss will be in this game. Yeah, when you collect little things like the crystals or something, you'll see them at the bottom center. Yeah. There's the purification wand. I'm not a historian on Japanese culture or yeah, I don't know what that did, but that might just have been bonus points. Yeah, Japanese mythology is it's a little too foreign for me to really get into, I guess. I do like some things about their culture. Or no, I don't think you have to fight a boss here. I think this is just the ending credits. That is the end of Kiki KaiKai. And yeah, the protagonist is known as Saiyo-chan, and she is a Shinto shrine maiden. And outside of Japan, she is known as Pocky. And this is the first game in the Pocky and Rocky series, but this does not have Rocky. The next game does, and it was for the Super Nintendo. And there were a number of other Pocky and Rocky games for other platforms. And then you start the whole game over, and it's called Round 2. But, that was Kiki KaiKai, the first game in the Pocky and Rocky series, created by Taito in 1986. Well, I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic holidays, and I'll catch you later with another video, possibly another request. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.